Okay, it looks like we may be live right now. Need to check all the streams out and see what is going on. What do we got here? Where's all the YouTubes at? Oh, there we go. Midwest, there we go. All the YouTube. There we go. Gonna kill that. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of stuff going on there. Boom. Okay, so there's the old YouTubes. Let's check in on the Rumbles. Rumbles ought to be doing something by now. There we go. Looks like we are live on the Rumbles. Okay, let's go ahead and kill that. There we go. Okay, good. All right. Cha cha cha. For those of you that are checking in, looks like we have a few people that are here. I need to go back. There's so many tabs. So many tabs, so little time. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and get that YouTube. Let's go ahead and get that YouTube. Gonna get that link. So waiting for Spags to check in, guys. He's going to be checking in directly from the Midwest Preparedness Project, or Festival, as they call it. As you guys pop in, you'll be able to see more and more and more until he does show up. We're going to go ahead and play a video, and we're going to go from there.
What is your proposal, young man?
That's from last year.
Okay, for my solar charger, so a combat blanket and 4 combat gauze for that solar charger. I don't know. Hello friends, just your friendly neighborhood Data here, and I'd like to continue talking about this year's 2022 Midwest Preparedness Project Fall Festival. Now, I have been a part of this thing and coming to it for over a decade, and let me tell you guys, this was absolutely our best one yet. Now, one of the featured events we do out here is a thing called Barter Town, forevermore known as Moortown, but it's a cashless bartering exercise that's fun for the entire family, and we also were fortunate enough this year to add a couple of sponsors and vendors to the mix in our local Grumpy Acres Farm and My Honey's Kitchen out of Kansas City. And my favorite part of this clip was how much fun the kids were having making bird feeders with Christy and Scoutmaster Todd, and if you watch to the end, I even ran into a local celebrity. I catch B from Life Done Free lollygagging yet again. So here we are, guys, in the tail end of Bartertown. We're wrapping up Saturday night. We had a day worth of fellowship, some excellent classes by some very, very patient and awesome instructors and teachers. A lot of strangers showed up today, and I don't think any of them are strange anymore. In fact, I think a lot of these folks will leave here today and will have a newfound friend, a newfound sense of purpose, maybe even a new place to go when times get rough. If you're not doing this wherever you live, you should be. If you want help doing this wherever you live, holler at me. I know a guy, and I'm willing to help.
I know a guy. That's funny. I know a guy.
This is Data at Bartertown, affectionately known as Moortown, at the Midwest.
Any LP is better than no LP.
2022.
You guys should still be able to hear me, I believe, on the microphone. Do me a favor, let me know if you can hear me on the microphone with this video playing. I'm not exactly sure if that's actually if that's happening with this new software.
Pretty good.
This is actually video from last year. Looked like they had a great people showing up there. Okay, thanks, David. I appreciate it. Let's see here. They're dealing with some rain issues right now, but he's not backed up too much. I would still expect him. I know there's going to be a couple of vendors that are going to talk. Basically, they're going to be moving the phone around is basically how this is going to go down. And the reason I'm doing this live stream is because I just want to support what these guys are doing. It's a completely free festival. Obviously there'll be vendors there, but there's not a lot. There's only a handful of vendors that are there. No, I can't hear you. Come on, Scott. Come on, man. Yes, I hear you. No, I can't hear you. Come on, Scott. Let's see. What we got? Is there anything on the? Let me check the Rumble. There's Hicktown. Still listening secretly. Gotcha, Hicktown. There we go. Got a handful of people watching. But yeah, the general idea behind this live stream is just to support the preppers, the community. I mean, I will probably never make it out there, even though I was invited. It's just too far for me to drive, and with the economy the way it is, it's just too expensive. So if I can do this, then that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. I don't even know how long this video is. I'm just playing it as a spacer. Hopefully, we can get them in before we run out of video. But if not, we can also show some other things too. I've actually got the schedule, and I'm going to turn that down so I'm not like talking over them. Oh, that's the mute button. Aha. There we go. But yeah, I've actually got the schedule. I've got the people that are showing and exhibitioning, and the as well as the classes. They have lots of classes. This is very similar to the prep stock that's coming up that will be held. I think it's September, October timeframe. I will be attending that. I will be speaking during that and giving a couple of classes. That's a little closer to home. Nothing perfect, but it is something. Let's see. I wonder. I think I might need to go and retweet something. Let me see if I can retweet something here. Subscribe. I don't want to subscribe to that. Everybody's like all trying to get people to subscribe to stuff on TikTok, or no, on Twitter. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna retweet this. In the fun live tweet. I also need to put this out on. I need to. Oh, there we go. And we're gonna admit him. All right. And hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, Dynamite. We are already live. If you guys didn't know that. Who is that I see in the background? Is that a grumpy old jarhead I see in the background, or do I have my personalities mixed up? Oh, okay. Okay. It must be the beard and the toque. Oh, you preppers look the same to me. Let me turn this video off real quick. I have your video from last year playing already. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And let me get you guys on the screen. All right, I'm pushing all brand new buttons right now. We're gonna close that right there, and we're going to. Sorry for my total lack of technical ability. Let's push that button right there and push.
All right. Well, I'm Bobby Spags. Been a friend of Local Preppers this year. We met online, and I introduced him to this, the Midwest Preparedness Project that we're a part of. I've been working with Midwest Preparedness now for about a year and a half. This is my fourth show helping out, and that's kind of where my role is. I reach out and find sponsors and vendors and get prizes and do all that sort of thing.
My name is Ginger Williams. I'm with My Honey's Kitchen out of Gallatin, Missouri. We got invited last September to be part of this great project, and so we're here again to share our products and to be part of this fantastic group. Thank you.
And I'm Michael Staus. I'm with Preparedness Radio. Preparedness means prepper or preparedness. And so I teach prepper style communications. I'm based in Kansas City, but I travel regionally. So I'm pretty excited to be here. Even with it a little bit raining, it's still a great excitement meeting people and being able to talk with them about their communications needs. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Thanks.
last but not least, I'm Pat Barnes. Patrick Henry. My friends call me Data. I'm one of the originators of the Midwest Preparedness Project. We started this thing probably 10 years ago as a survivalist boards camp out. And it was just a bunch of guys sitting around, talking about prepper porn and sharpening their knives. And eventually it evolved into, including our wives, like invite her too, right? Hashtag invite her too. And then inviting our children. And then we started incorporating all these other elements. And once Bobby and I got hooked up with each other, this whole thing morphed, and now it's grown into this thing that's taken on a life of its own. And it really is the Midwest Preparedness Project now.
I would say that this events like this are very unique within the prepper sphere, within the homesteading sphere, because we try to incorporate a little bit of everything. We're not just a prepper show. We're not just a homestead show. We're not just a bushcraft show. We try to incorporate all of it. And like Patrick said, we try to do it where it's a family event and not just a bunch of guys sitting around talking about guns. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Speaking to the lapel mic. What was that?
I did wear my Hawaiian shirt just for that reason today.
Yeah.
I was hoping somebody would accuse me of being a Fed boy.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ginger.
Oh, I was gonna say that's one of the things. Like getting into the freeze dried foods. People said, what is your target? Who do you want to target? And initially, my thing is I want to target people who want food storage and to prep and so forth. But I also didn't want to be the doom gloom kind of person. And so we said, well, hey, let's just do the busy housewife, or let's do, the camper and the backpacker kind of people.
Yeah.
But it's morphed into, we are now doing bigger bulks and so forth for the prepper, our initial goal. But I didn't want to be associated with that. The bad terminology is, I guess, the stereotype.
Yeah.
Even though at heart that's where I'm at. I mean, I would like to be that person, but now I get to be around other people. And with this group here, it's awesome. Like-minded people generating great ideas and sharing different perspectives and different ideas. It's great.
Yeah. And likewise, I appreciate it. Likewise with communications, it's not just grid down, I'm out alone in the woods,
The
trying
lone
to
wolf
contact
mentality.
the lone wolf mentality. Communications is about community, especially for preparedness mind people, you really need to have the ability to really hear the reports, hear the danger reports, listen to the weather radio, just to make sure everything's safe. Listening to, say you live next to a prison, you might want to have that prison frequency on your Baofeng, just in case there's a prison break, right?
Yeah.
But not just this kind of grid down, just dystopia kind of thing. I've been talking to people about, well, hey, I need to just talk to my wife when she's out at the barn. I just need something real simple. So I can help talk to them about that. What do they need? So it's pretty exciting to be able to talk to a wide variety of people.
Yeah.
There we go. I concur.
Okay. Well, that's an easy question. So essentially, if you come to these campouts, you come to these Midwest preparedness events long enough, you're going to do something silly or you're going to do something really cool, and you're going to earn yourself a nickname that will stick, and you'll never be able to get rid of it. Like, for instance, you might lose a trailer off the back of your truck and inherit a nickname like Hitch. You know, so data was kind of the same way. You know, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, or whatever, we were all picking out weird nicknames for each other, trying to make fun of each other. And Data ended up being the guy from the Goonies, you know, the guy with slick shoes. So the tech guy was, you know, kind of the Asian tech guy was where I got slotted in. So Data became. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Polynesian
that.
anyway, right?
It is, yes.
Wait a minute. Did you say they all look the same?
Oh, man. He said, with that pixelation, you all look the same. Oh,
That's all I
yeah.
heard. That's all I heard.
You know what? It's the 2020s. Everything's blurred these days.
Yeah.
Right. Mine's best, so that's okay.
Yeah. We forgive you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to say, one, it depends on how much you use it. There's nothing worse. I bought 2 machines from somebody who never even plugged it in. And so you'll never get your money, obviously, back then. So if you use it, mine runs literally 24/7. And they actually now have an extra large machine, which will do 30 pounds of food at a time. So depending on how big your family is, obviously, or how much you want to store. But trust me, at 30 pounds at a time, it's not going to take you long, and you're going to have 2 to 3 years worth of food stored up.
Yeah.
And at that point, you've made your money. And then at that point, if you want to rent out, have your neighbor come and bring their food over and, you know, rent it out. There's people who buy them and then they do the candy business, and that's how they pay for their machine. And, you know, you can pump a lot of candy out really fast. And candy runs, it's cheap to put in and it's expensive to come out. And so, you know, you can make your money back fairly quickly. But again, the biggest thing is using it, not
Having a
buying it
strategy.
and not having it just sit there. So. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, go big or go home.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that for most families, a large would be perfect. The extra large it's extra large. I mean, so unless you've got a full-on garden and so forth, a large would definitely do a family of 6 to 8 pretty easily. It's 6, but there's 6 trays in there, but they're 29 inches long, and they're almost. Oh yeah. In fact, I put my medium tray in it, and it looks like a baby tray.
Wow.
So yeah, it's ridiculously big. So I could put in. I think I just filled it up the first time, and I can do 12 boxes of ice cream sandwiches in Gene. So yeah, it's a lot of ice cream
A
sandwiches.
lot of ice cream sandwiches.
That's 144 ice cream sandwiches.
She knows the numbers.
Yes.
She's got the numbers
I
down.
had to cut them all.
I would expect you to have all the numbers down.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice. Appreciate it.
Can you guys hear us okay on our end? Is our audio okay? How's our audio?
Nice.
And then pick it up. Yeah, so really, it's two different kinds of things. So, as a ham radio operator, there's certain safety things and certain customs, things like that. I kind of think of it like a driver's permit test. So you take, for your ham test, you take a little test, you pass it, and then you get a license, and then you learn driving by doing driving with someone experienced. And so from a ham sense, that's kind of what the ham radio test is for. So it's an relatively easy test, multiple guests, but really it's a group effort, right? So find somebody who knows a little bit more than you, and work with them. From a kind of a prepper comms thing, it is a different thing. As a ham, I'm a hobbyist, but as a preparedness-minded person, I have a different use case for radio. And so, like I said, I've been talking to there's some veterans and some others I've been talking to, really trying to connect those pieces together. They use radios in the military, but trying to use it with their Baofeng, and
Right.
what buttons do I push? What buttons don't I push? Those get pretty. It gets kind of intimidating. So hopefully that answers some of the question there. Yeah. Yeah. I do recommend just sticking with a standard plain Jane UV5R. There are fake Baofengs as well as fake Nagoya antennas. So you kind of need to either find a reputable dealer like Preparedness Radio that sells Baofeng Tech version. So you get a real Baofeng plus you get a USA warranty. So I really recommend them. They're doing some really excellent work with new radios and stuff. But I used to give people Amazon links and eBay links, but they'd always buy, stuff, right?
You get sidetracked on Amazon pretty easily.
You could get sidetracked. And like I said, there's fake Baofengs. Even Baofeng had to change their name to Pofeng for a bit because they had to deal with the Chinese counterfeiters. It's pretty crazy. So so really try to find, like I said, either go to Baofeng Tech or Preparedness Radio. And so, I have a lot of different accessories. If you have, different, like a chest rig or something like that, I have an antenna relocation kit. I have different antennas that I think only I sell in the United States.
Outstanding.
So, plus, but it's really about the training, trying to get that knowledge. A lot of people try to, they have these Christmas decorations, but there's no Christmas tree to hang it on.
Right.
And they just, I don't know where to put things.
Right.
So, so I really want to try to give them the system to talk about it. And we have some hands-on stuff too. So teach them how to make a tiger tail. So I had some kids make a tiger tail for their Baofangs to make it work just a little bit better for 30 cents.
Yeah.
Well, I got some free wire and might as well teach, right?
Yeah.
But then from that, they can actually make a jungle antenna. They can extend the range of the Baofeng by twice. So it's pretty cool being able to teach these things. Yep. So it depends. In Kansas, it's a little more than like maybe in the Ozarks. Typically, the standard is 1 watt goes about 1 mile over open ground. So the Baofangs are about 4 or 5 watts. That doesn't mean they go 4 or 5 miles. It takes 4 times the power to go twice the distance. So really, effectively, you're going about 2 miles. Of course, you can't talk through mountains or hills or things like that.
Or the structures,
Car, right. If you're talking inside the car, it's a metal box. You're not going to be able to talk well inside it. So always get an antenna outside. So if you get higher, more elevation, that's better. A better antenna. So if you make a jungle antenna or if you have a J-pole antenna in a tree on a hill, you get extra distance there. And because I'm more field oriented, I always add power last because going from 1 watt to 4 or 5 watts to 20 watts to 80 watts to 240 watts, I don't want to be carrying around 12-volt batteries.
A truck full of them.
Yeah, a truck full. Well, in the backpack, no bag. That's not for me.
I gotcha.
So I'd rather make an antenna or buy an antenna to get my distance rather than carrying batteries.
It's about a watt per.
It's about a 1 watt per mile for a mile.
Oh yeah.
But 4 watts to go 2 miles.
All right.
So I hope that answers. If you were on the standing on the ocean, you could go about 6 or 7 miles talking to someone else standing on the ocean. So if there's no obstruction.
Gotcha.
The basic UV5R.
With it, yeah. And actually, you can even talk to the International Space Station with the UV5R because it's line of sight overhead.
So you catch them while he's over the top of you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about using dipole antennas, which it's kind of interesting. We used to do it in the military. You just do the math, figure out the distance, find some trees, and run some. And we used to use just old comm wire. We didn't have anything fancy at all. We just used regular comm wire.
Yeah.
The steel stuff.
Even in the Special Forces field manuals, you'll see them hooking onto barbed wire. It's just a piece of metal. It's just
an antenna.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Gotcha. Let's see. I had another. Where are we at here? Another question about the Baofangs. And then I'm thinking we're going to stop talking about comm. We're beating you up pretty hard here.
No, we're good.
Can the Baofeng handheld use local repeaters to boost range?
Yes. So in terms of your communications rings, so you're probably going to be radio to radio, especially in a grid down situation. You're going to be in a tactical range like 2 miles. But if you do the elevation, if you do the better antenna, you're going to extend that simplex range, radio to radio. But if you do, if you have a ham license, you can use a ham repeater. So in Kansas City, we have a Warrensburg repeater, and with my Baofeng, I was able to hear a Kansas ham 60 miles away. So incredible distance.
Yeah.
Just hitting one repeater.
Just one repeater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you have and you can do that with the GMRS license as well. So that's a family license instead of an individual license. And with that, there's a lot more GMRS repeaters out there. Now you have to join a club to be able to access the repeaters.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the easy button for comms. So
Gotcha.
it's channelized and it matches with the FRS as well.
I got
Do you have this information on Paratus? Is all us? Can they find this stuff online?
Yes, I have documentation. I have to hand out. I have
You have
Yeah.
data.
You have
yeah,
data.
I have data.
He has data.
I have data.
He's got data.
So
Where's the data?
I don't know.
It depends on your hemisphere.
Yeah.
So
All
What
right.
side of the Mason
let's-
Dixon are you on?
We
Exactly.
did. Scott, one of my Patreons, actually has a question for you guys, and I'm sure someone there can answer it. It says, "What kind of classes are you guys teaching there right now?"
Well, we have a total of 7 classes this weekend. Today the classes started. We've already had 3. First one was a basic bug out bag, bug out, bug in style of informational piece. Our second was we actually had a CBRN expert, a former Army CBRN specialist, come in and give us a class. We had a bunch of requests for that class after the Ohio train incident. And so he came in, talked about masks, filters, mop suits, J lists, lifetime shelf warranties, all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The class we just concluded before we jumped on this was one about practical solar energy. One of our local guys who actually owns a company that sells and designs solar systems was talking about that. Our next class today is from a gal named Callie Blackwell. She's kind of famous in some circles. Her son was diagnosed with a couple of rare forms of cancer, and it's an alternative medical class. Let's put it that way. The name of her class is How I Broke My Son Out of the Medical Matrix. Tomorrow we're going to have a local shoot house come in and do a women's self-defense class. So we're going to get a guy in red man suit, let the girls beat up on him for a while.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And so we have that. Then our second class is going to be Michael doing Apparatus Radio, doing a demonstration in a class about those concentric rings of communications he was just talking about. And then our headliner for the day is a guy named Matt Klepper. He has a local establishment down in the southeast corner of the state, and he's a butcher. He's a homesteader. And you use your children and you use your family units and your tribe units. And the class is called In Tough Times, Jerks Always Finish Last. And it's about how to use your community to further yourself and to further the folks around you so that tough times aren't nearly as hard.
Gotcha.
Amen.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. So, how much time do you guys have?
We probably have about 5 more minutes.
Okay, nice. I think I can do something with the 5 minutes. Brian says, thanks for the information. Apparently my sound has started working. I had to push some buttons somewhere, somehow, some way, that kind of thing. It's always good when things work. I am trying to find. I pushed some buttons when nobody was looking, and I screwed everything up, to be honest with you. But such is life. That's how things happen. Let me go ahead and turn that off right there. See if we can find another question for you.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So I know with ours we try to pre-freeze things.
Uh-huh.
Is that more efficient for?
Yes and no. If it's a dense object, like a heavy soup or your milk or your creams or anything that's heavy, then yes.
Okay.
If it's like lightweight, not really.
Okay.
Good
So,
question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. A follow-up. Now my wife prefers to do separate ingredients. Do you find the like
like a full.
fixing a full dinner and then freeze drying part of it?
So when we first started, we would do like mac and cheese with the cheese and the whole noodle thing, and it comes to as smoothly. So we did start separating some things, but like when I make jambalaya and that, put it all in there.
Okay.
Nice.
So there's some things that definitely reconstitute better as separate ingredients, but I still put them in the same bag.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect. Hey, and there was another question here. I guess somebody let's test your prepper knowledge here. Brian asks, it's like, oh no. Brian asks, where are we at here? Should I be buying gold and silver if our government is going to digital currency?
Oh, this is a Spags Unfiltered
Ah.
question if I've ever heard one.
My personal opinion, and it's just that, is the answer should be yes. But gold and silver should be like number 7, 8, or 9 down on your list of priorities. It is certainly something I believe in owning, but it's heavy, it's clunky, and what are you going to do with an ounce of gold? Trade for a horse? I don't know. I'm a big fan of fractionals. I like dimes. I like fractional gold, fractional silver. But if you only are starting, or if you've only got so much money, it's probably not one of the things I would recommend to be on the top priority list.
Gotcha. Yeah, I actually said, does everybody concur with him, or who disagrees?
Oh, that's 100%. I 100% agree. Yeah.
I would agree. I'd also add Bitcoin.
Yeah, for sure.
So I should be probably getting rid of my 5-ounce gold pieces and stuff like that.
Not necessarily. If you've got it, you've got it. And if you
No,
know how to smelt, you can break that down in any way you can.
If anybody has any of those, I just want to know your address because you're not going to have them anymore.
I have 2.5 2x4s. I'll trade you.
Fair deal. That's a fair deal, man. Whose RV is that?
Oh, this is mine. This is my lifeboat.
Gotcha. You got all my eggs stacked up in the corner I see over there.
We do. Yeah.
That's my situational awareness. I'm dying to know what you have underneath that looks like a jacket. It looks like you have a tomahawk down there or something.
There's all kinds of wild stuff in here. Oh, this is just a railing. Yeah, that's just a railing. You know what? It's a way cooler story. It is a tomahawk.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, under the right circumstance, you could rip that off of there. You could tomahawk the crap out of something with it.
So I'm losing my mind now because you actually, is that a dolphin?
This right here?
No, the RV. The name of the RV.
The name of the RV is.
Oh, no. This is a Fleetwood Bounder.
Okay. I have a dolphin. So it looks almost exactly like that. I literally wasn't putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're actually in your RV right now.
I know, right? I wish.
Surprise!
This is your axe.
Yes, exactly. Get out of there.
That's your tomahawk.
I'm sorry. Speaking to the lapel, I can't hear you quite well.
Exactly. Hey, the SWAT team is circle the RV now, please. Nice. Okay, well, we've taken up enough of you guys' time. We do appreciate you popping in. Like I said, I just like supporting preppers. It doesn't cost a penny to do this kind of stuff, and I think that we should all be doing more of it. Any last words?
Hey, man, so where can we find out more about Preparedness Radio?
Preparednessradio.com, Paratus radio.com.
My Honey's Kitchen?
myhoneys.com, myhunnys.com.
And we are midwestpreparedness.com. You can find us at that location on the internet. We are on MeWe. We are on YouTube. We are on, unfortunately, Bookface. And we're on Freesteading.
Gotcha. And my commitment to you guys is that when this is all done, I'll go back to all the streams and make sure that all of those links are in those streams so people can come back and find them.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Try and
Pepper.
stay dry. Try and have fun, and we will talk to you later.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Yep.
Thank
Bye-bye. I
Bye-bye.
got to figure out how to turn this thing off now. I'm not joking. You can get up and walk away. Nothing to see.
All right,
here.
cool.
All right. Great job, guys. Michael, thank you. That was awesome.
Yep.
Ginger,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, guys. So obviously these were some great guys that doing great things. Let me turn all that off so you can see me there, because there we go. And they're probably trying to text me right now and all this different stuff. But yeah, supporting preppers is what we need to do. We need to stay connected. We need to build community, even if it's only digital. People talk a good game. As usual, this has been brought to you by the Patreon. If you're not a Patreon, you need to get in the Patreon. Why? Because that's where things are, guys. That's where things are. There's currently a 14-day free trial, and I think you should be looking into it. All right, guys, that's going to be it. As usual, to my Patreons, live Discord tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We shall see you there. Bring your drinks. And for everybody else, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.